All right, hello everyone, it's Mr. Burns here, and I'm here to talk about the Unit 6 and 7 choice project, specifically Choice B or Option B, which is the landmark Supreme Court case, graphic organizer, and Google Slides presentation. Okay, so it's kind of a two-step process here. So if you go down to slide, I'll go down to slide 2 here, and you can see that there are two links here. One is graphic organizer, and then the second part is the Google Slides presentation. You'll see that you'll copy the template, share it with me, and complete it, and have it checked before you go on to slide B. And then slide B, section B, you would copy the template, share it with me, complete by adding information from the graphic organizer to the template. It says more information on slides 6 to 8, so let's go over that. Anything that you share with me, jrburns@fcpsschools.net. That's my Google email when you share something with me. So before we go into these two documents and look at the requirements, let's look at the pacing guide and due date. So the pacing guide for this project is shown here. I'll introduce it these days. We'll go to the library for a research day and a works cited demonstration that you've probably also got in an English class. There will be in-class time to work on this project throughout the month of March, specifically, later in the month, the second half a lot. And the due date, you can see there. Notice the two notes at the bottom below due date in terms of what grade this is being, what quarter this grade is being implemented into in SIS, when you have some breaks, and what's going on after spring break. Remember, you can pause this video at any time. Slide 4, I have a little bit of information here about working with Google Docs and sharing things with me. And then we'll be on slide 6, 7, and 8. So what you're going to do is you're going to be able to pick one of these 5 presentations here. One of these 5. Tinker versus Des Moines. That's about freedom of speech at school in the First Amendment. New Jersey versus TLO. That is about privacy rights at school in the Fourth Amendment. Ingraham versus Wright, which is school discipline in the Eighth Amendment. Hazelwood School District versus Kuhlmeyer, which is about student journalism in the First Amendment. And then Regents of the University of California versus Bakke, which is affirmative action in the 14th Amendment. So pick one of these 5. This is what you're going to work on and work with. Okay? And then what you'll do is once you pick your case, you'll copy this digital template, which is also available on slide 2. And the template looks like this. And what you will do here is you will put the information here, answer these 2 questions about the main idea and the background information of the case. You'll look at the 2 sides of the argument, the first side being the one who's listed first. They're the one appealing it to the Supreme Court. The side 2 is the second side. They are the person who is the defendant in the case. And then you'll do the decision and your opinion. What was the decision? By what vote? And also, what is your opinion on it? What did you think? Do you agree with the decision? Why not? Like, what are some reasons? What are some motivations you have? The last part is an extension that you can do as well if you would like to, the cultural impact of this case on society. So how did this decision set a precedent and lead to changes or not changes in our society? That's going to be the last question. Once I would approve this, I look at it, I check it, I double make sure everything's correct. Then you would move on to the second part. You should probably have the first part done about at least a week in advance of the due date, right, to keep pace. And then, of course, here is the second part, and I gave you, again, some websites for your research that you can use. So you would have this. I'm going to give you other websites that I'll post online. So just a reminder, make sure you fill in the graphic organizer first, and then complete the final portion of the project. And here's a way that you can organize it. So I have slide 6 here, landmark Supreme Court case information, the main idea, the background information, the 2 sides of the story, the decision in your opinion, the optional extension page, and then the works cited page. And you'll do this through Noodle tools that we'll go through with our presentation with our library and media specialist, Spickford. So you'll see that at some point during this unit. So then you would turn this in hopefully by the due date. Like I said, add some images, of course, if you want to add some images, you can add your information at the front. It's a presentation, it's a Google Slides presentation, so you want to make sure it is presentable, and it's not just basic. You can also add, animation, and you can add a different slide design by using, some of these different themes up here if you want, or you can download a theme and add it if you would like to add some transitions, whatever you want to do to make it more interesting. Okay, so again, you're picking one of these 5 cases on which to focus. They're all of impact on students, and that's why I picked these 5, because they all have student impact. They're still relevant today. And here is the grading rubric, just so you know. I'm looking for things like communication skills, general organization, a works cited page, accurate use of vocab and context, and of course accurately completing project components, and then a well-supported opinion or argument on your project. Bring any questions with me if you don't understand to class. You can ask along the way. You can send me an email or a message to Schoology, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. But the project is pretty self-explanatory. And again, at the end of your project, when you are done, you would then turn this document in to communicate with me that you are done with the project, and you're good to go. Okay, thank you.